Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be when to let her know you care and when to let her wonder. Well, this particular email is from Bob. He lives in Rome, Italy. Said he started following me a few months ago, and he's already, because he's being a good student, has read 3% Man 6 times. And so he shares a story about a woman he's dating for about 2 months, and he almost became exclusive. And so he shares all their interactions because he wants me to critique his performance. So it looks like there was a little bit of a missed opportunity there because, as I discussed in the book, when a woman's ready to be in a relationship, she's going to hint at it, she's going to bring it up, and that's when you want to bring up good quality questions. Instead of assuming that she wants a relationship, getting her to explain to you exactly what she wants instead of assuming, because us guys typically, especially when it comes to women, we assume the wrong things way too often. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hi, Coach, I'm Bob, 24, from Rome. I started following you a couple of months ago, and I've already read your book 6 times, and I'm planning to read it even more, possibly over 20 times. Well, people that are the best students and have the best success stories, that's what they do. Because when you read a book 20 times like that, you get to know it so well, you could teach it. You could teach a class on it. And that's the level of competency that you want to have with the material. It's one thing to know it, though, but it's another thing to apply it when you're dating somebody who knocks your socks off. Because when your emotions are engaged, and since we make all of our decisions based upon our emotions, and then we use logic and reason to justify those decisions, oftentimes we talk ourselves into things we shouldn't, and we ignore red flags because our feelings for somebody are so strong. And so, especially in the first 90 days of a relationship, again, what are you looking for? Easygoing, easy to get along with, a woman who communicates well, especially a woman who is nice to you. And if a girl is not nice to you, if she's difficult, if she's a pain in the ass, if she's too much of a boss girl and she's always challenging your authority, as a man, eventually you're just going to get tired of that. And everybody watching this knows somebody that has a wife or a girlfriend that just dominates their lives and walks all over them. So you don't want to be one of those guys. So he says, I wanted to share my story knowing where I went wrong to perhaps offer some insight to others in a similar situation. I was dating a girl for about 2 months. She initiated most of the contact, around 70 to 80% of it, and everything was going well. She would text, call about 70 to 80% of the time, and we got intimate quickly. He says the second date, they had indoor Olympics, and every time I set a date, we had sex. Also, we would have it multiple times, but it felt like love and not sex. Our relationship was strong, despite living an hour apart and seeing each other 2 to 3 times a week. Around 7 to 8 weeks in, she asked if I was seeing other women, saying she would start seeing other men if I was. So if you hear a comment like that, your question should be, are you saying you want to be exclusive? Are you saying you want to be official boyfriend, girlfriend? What are your intentions? What is it you really want? Because remember, as I discussed in the book, whoever's asking the questions is the one that's running the conversation. And as a man, you want to make sure that she tells you explicitly, yes, this is what I want. Yes, I want to be boyfriend, girlfriend. Yes, I want to be exclusive. And the fact that she's basically 8 months in or 8 weeks in and is like, hey, if you're still seeing other women, well, then I'm going to start dating other men. So that's typically the roundabout. She doesn't come right out most of the time and say, hey, I want you to be my boyfriend. Women typically do not say that. They say things like this. And so he says, I jokingly reassured her that she was my favorite, acknowledging her question seriously as well. So it's okay to say, well, you're my favorite. And she'll probably say, no, I'm serious. I was like, well, what do you mean? Are you saying you want to be exclusive? You want to be boyfriend, girlfriend? You want to be official? What is it that you really want? What is your heart's desire, my love? She seemed satisfied with that, and without saying it out loud, we became exclusive. Sounds like he just assumed they were exclusive. But that's why, again, you got to ask good quality questions. So that's kind of a missed opportunity there. So what you basically did was you jokingly reassured her that she was your favorite, and also seemed to imply that there were other women in the background and she wasn't the only one. And you never really had the conversation. You just kind of evaded it. And if you're evading the conversation when a woman's bringing something like this up, then she's going to start to think, this guy doesn't really care about me. He's just enjoying getting the milk for free. He's not interested in buying the cow, apparently. So that's when I read that and what you said. He says, well, we didn't say it out loud, but we became exclusive. So that tells me you assumed you were exclusive and you assumed she was on the same page. And that's a bad way to go with women. So that tells me, because again, this ends up ending, a few weeks later. And so that's part of the reason. So this is an opportunity to let her know you care, she's special. But again, you got to get her to say that she's at a point where she wants to be exclusive. And again, that's her saying, hey, if you're still seeing other women, then I'm going to start seeing other men. So she's implying that she's not dating other men. And what she wants to see from you is that you're serious about her. You care about her. That's the important thing. You care. And so if you cared, you wouldn't have left things ambiguous like this. So that was kind of a fuck up on your part. But he's only been following me for a couple months. What are you going to do? Mistakes are going to happen. This is how we learn. 2 weeks later, she continued initiating contact most of the time, sometimes waiting 1 to 2 days before she would text. Around week 9 to 10, she texted me after 2 days expressing frustration about my silence. I was busy with work and I didn't text her for 2 days. When we text, she was upset and told me if I didn't want to see her anymore, I should say so to avoid wasting our time. So you thought everything was resolved in the conversation and you were on the same page, and what you really did was you made an assumption. You have to communicate effectively. You've got to make women tell you explicitly, yes, I want to be boyfriend, girlfriend. Yes, I don't want you dating anybody else. But you didn't do that. You just kind of joked and laughed it off. And because she had high interest, she put up with it because she didn't want to lose you. That's how she felt at the time, though. He says, I joked about it, but she remained upset, saying we'd talk later and went out dancing with friends. So again, it's like she's saying, hey, do you really care about me? And you're cracking a joke, not being serious. So it's great to be humorous and playful, but she is starting to feel like you don't care. And if a woman's got a healthy self-esteem, if her dad did a good job and she's been dating a guy for a couple of months, then she's going to start to think, this is just a fuckboy. He doesn't really care about me. He's liking the free box. That's it. And a girl who's more insecure will probably put up with it for longer. But a girl who has her shit together is going to be like, just like she said, she doesn't want to waste her time if you're not feeling it. And so in this case, again, it's like another missed opportunity to say, what do you mean? Where are you coming from? What are you thinking? Why? And if she says, I want you to tell me if I don't, what did I do? What did I say to make you feel like I don't care about you or don't want to see you anymore? Why would you say that? Things have been going great between us. We've been having a lot of fun. Our sex is really passionate. It's like, why would you think after all the time we spent together the last 2 months that I don't want to see you anymore? What would make you say that? And instead, so that's 2 opportunities where she's brought up basically wanting to know, does this guy care about me? Do you care about me? And he laughs and jokes it off and kind of sweeps it under the rug and in essence ignores her question. And you can only do that for so long, especially if you're dealing with a girl that's got a healthy self-esteem before it's going to blow up in your face. While she sometimes waited 1 to 2 days to text me back, I almost always took around 3 days to text her if she didn't initiate first, which she did about 70 to 80% of the time. And so I don't know if this is a language barrier or misinterpretation, just because of the English, because it says the way it sounds like is that, in other words, they had their last date, and then usually a day or two later she reaches out. But the way he worded it, it sounds like he sends her a message and she ignores him for 1 to 2 days. But so it's not really clear on that what he really meant by that. And again, I think that might just be English translation, because obviously he probably speaks Italian, I would assume. And by the way, he's from Rome, and what's her name? Virginia Raggi, who was the former mayor. She's hot. The former mayor of Rome was hot. Hot! And now there's a soy boy socialist, I think, that's running Rome. He's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled email. I know I reacted poorly. The next morning, I checked in to see if she was calmer, but she took hours to reply and eventually stopped responding. Yeah, definitely now she feels hurt, feels like you don't care, feels like she's being punked. This guy's not serious about me. He's a fuckboy. Again, a girl comes from a good family. You're not going to be able to slide this shit by her and just sweep it under the rug and laugh it off. So this is definitely a missed opportunity. You definitely fucked up here. I made the mistake of sending another message criticizing her behavior. I know, bad way to go. After this, everything changed. Because what you just did now for the third time is reassure that you don't really give a fuck. And on top of that, I don't know what you said criticizing her behavior. Again, it wasn't really clear the way you worded this, if she was purposely ignoring you for 2 days, or you had a date and it was still taking 1 or 2 days before she texted or called you again. He says, when we finally met, she said my message had turned off a switch for her, making her unsure about us. What do you mean? Why would you say that? What is it specifically you're unsure about? You got to ask good quality questions. The quality of your relationship is in direct proportion to the quality of the questions you ask each other. And so it's several missed opportunities here. She said she thought she was falling for me, but now something felt off. Again, if I look at what you said and what you communicated, you basically communicated like you didn't care, and you gave her the impression you're just a fuckboy. When I accompanied her to her car, she unexpectedly jumped on me and we started kissing again. Because despite the fact she's hurt, she's still attracted to you and she can't help herself. He says, despite this, she suggested we part ways, saying it might be better. It might be. She said it didn't. She didn't say it would be better if we didn't see each other anymore. She said it might be better. And you got to understand, sometimes women will suggest ending the relationship because they don't think you're into it. They don't really want to end it, but they put it out there. And if you're just like, yeah, let's go our separate ways, and they're like, okay, he really doesn't care. And the reason they bring up the end of the relationship is they're trying to make it easy for you to dip if you don't really want to be there, especially when they're doing most of the pursuing. And when I was younger, I had opportunities like that with girls I was dating, and I just assumed she was wanting space or whatever because maybe I had screwed up. And in reality, she was starting to feel like I didn't care. And then when she suggests we need time apart or we shouldn't see each other anymore, I was like, well, okay, well, if that's what you want. And so again, this is where good communication and good quality questions is super important. Otherwise, it's just like two strangers missing each other in the middle of the night. So he said she asked if I'd wait for her if she changed her mind, but I said I wouldn't, not wanting to convey the wrong message. Well, so the proper response when she says it might be better if we part ways is like, what do you mean part ways? Like not see each other anymore? It's like, I want to keep seeing you. It's like, again, because she is trying to make it easy because she cares about this guy a lot. And she's given him an opportunity to say, yeah, I'm really into you. Let's continue this. Or go ahead and dip and let's end things. And he's just basically constantly communicating that he doesn't care because he's too focused on being a jokester. So this is inappropriate, his response. And again, he's new to the work. He's only been following me for a couple of months. So he says, we ended things amicably. I was with a smile and I was joking around and doing the James Bond mood during the interaction. Again, you just acted like you didn't care. In fact, I felt a sense of strength as if I was expressing that I didn't want any drama in my life. Right before I left, she told me, I really respect the way you handle things. I respect the confidence with which you handle things. That's something about you that drives me crazy. He says, by the way, I'm sure I conveyed an attitude like, I'm sorry I won't have you in my life anymore, but hey, I wish you the best and I'm confident I'll be happy regardless. If this is your choice, I'll respect it. Again, the problem where you went wrong is that you're just making too many assumptions and you're not asking good quality questions. So it's clear this girl was really into you, but if looking at her behavior, the fact that she was willing to end it and walk away shows that she's got a pretty good self-esteem. And that tells me more than likely her parents probably did a good job. And she's not going to stay with somebody that in essence continually communicates he doesn't really give a shit about her. And it's just all a big joke to him. He says, I doubt she'll reach out, but I'm at peace with that. It was disappointing because she was a wonderful person and I made some errors that I have learned from. And I wanted to share this story and hear your thoughts about it. Thanks and greetings from Rome. There's a new Gladiator movie coming out with one of the greatest actors in all of human history, Mr. Denzel Washington. One of my favorites. He's fucking awesome. Everything Denzel Washington does is amazing. I've never seen him in a bad part or a bad movie. He brings it every fucking time. He's a fucking acting genius. Love Denzel Washington. So that's, like I said, that I wouldn't handle that, but you guys have broken up, and the fact that she said she may change her mind, if she does reach back out, then I would make, just like 7 Principles Get an X back says, if she reaches out, assume she wants to see you, make a date in the evening to make dinner at your place, hang out, have fun, hook up. And next time a girl is trying to find out whether you care, make sure you ask good quality questions, because there was, I pointed out there were several missed opportunities here, and you guys just missed each other in the night instead of really connecting and moving things forward. So again, if she reaches out, make a date, hang out, have fun, hook up, ask better quality questions so you don't have something that's really good blow up on you unnecessarily, which is kind of what it looks like here. But hey, these things are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. And that's okay. You have to give yourself permission to be a beginner and fail. Nobody starts out as an expert. Everybody starts out as a beginner. Repetition's the mother of skill. So if you guys haven't already signed up for our members only content, if you're watching this video on YouTube, there are links to where you can join members only content on YouTube. You can join on Spotify, or you can choose to join on my website, understandingrelationships.com. You can go there, click the plans tab. If you choose an annual plan, you get a 25% discount. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can check out what content we have. And typically what I do is I'm providing 6 additional video coaching newsletters just like this one, along with the email analysis on the website. We have a special 3% Man and also Mastering Yourself weekly study groups that I do with the girls and the guys, where we go through page by page in the books and discuss all the concepts and the principles that are in the book. Plus, we put together the full viewers questions podcast, where we answer your short viewers questions instead of the individual questions, because you guys have been asking for that for years. And any other special interviews or special videos that we do are members only as well. Again, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the plans tab. If you would like to just watch the videos only, you could subscribe on Spotify, or you can subscribe on YouTube to the members only content there just to consume the videos. The links are below in the video description. And if you got a question or challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.